Okay. Looks like I can see here. Attended. Okay, if you are viewing this and you can see this from a computer, awesome. Let me know. Just let me know down in the panel, down in the chat box if you guys are listening. Go ahead and let me know if you can hear me. You can type yes, so that way I can see that you guys can hear me. So we're gonna let it go for just a minute here, just so we can get everyone on here. I appreciate you guys listening, tuning in. Also, let me know where you're listening from, what city you're in. I assume the majority of you guys are probably enjoying the heat right now. So go ahead and let me know down in the chat box. Like I said, in just a moment, we're going to be getting started here. We start. Okay, so it's 2 o'clock here. We'll be getting started, like I said, in just a second. Give me just a moment. A lot of people don't have Zoom, and so it's actually the software that I'm streaming on with you guys. So people who are clicking in for the very first time and they've never used it before, a lot of times they're downloading the software, and so I usually have to give them 1 to 2 minutes to be able to hop on here. Otherwise, we get started a little bit too soon. But like I said, if you are listening right now, go ahead. It looks like we got Dawn on here. A few others. Go ahead and type in the chat box. Let me know if you guys can hear me, just to make sure the audio is working. I don't want anyone to get left out. Sorry, too, if you hear a blender going in the background. Like I said, I'm at a coffee shop today working. I'm actually in the process of moving, and so our internet has officially taken a tank where I am at. So let's see here. Well, I'm going to give it 1 or 2 more minutes, probably 1 more minute. So just I want to thank everyone who is on here, especially already. Shows your promptness. Awesome. Sounds good. Shows your promptness and your ability. Obviously, we're looking for people who are, very punctual and all that. So I definitely appreciate the fact that you're on here, that you've taken the time. We're not going to suck up too much of your guys' time today. What we really wanted to do is kind of go through and explain what it is that we're looking to hire out, what we're wanting to bring you guys in to do, the positions we're looking to fill. There's a lot of junk out there in the internet space, as you guys know. So I'm going to go ahead and just start the presentation. And if people want to come in a little bit late, they'll just have to catch up or watch a recording of this if we provide one. So guys, this presentation is going to be very simple, very straightforward, called Join the, I already have a typo here. I spelled that this morning. Join one of the fastest growing marketing agencies today. We are absolutely now hiring. We're looking to expand our team. And one of the reasons we're looking to do this with people who can work from home is because we can lower our overhead by letting you guys work from home. So I actually have an office space. Over the last 9 months, we've had people working in this office space, but I've been slowly migrating everything to a work from home opportunity, because what I found is that when you get the right people who are hardworking, punctual people who are working at home and they're self-driven people, it's actually better for us because they're happier. When they're more creative, when they have a more free mindset, they actually tend to be a little bit more productive. Yes, you have people who are going to try to take advantage of it, but they don't last very long with our company anyways. And we lower our overhead, so it allows us to hire more people because we're not paying so much in overhead to house these people. So that's why we're doing this work from home opportunity. Now, I want to tell you what we are not, because there's so many online make money from home scams out there, and this is not one of those. We are not a multi-level marketing pyramid type of company at all. I have a personal philosophy that if a company wants you to pay them so that way you can get paid, it's a scam. Like, if you're getting hired from a place, they should be paying you. The first exchange of money should always be, you receiving money So in no way are we going to try to like pitch you on a product at the end of this. There will be no sales or anything like that. We are legitimately looking for work from home people for our company so we can grow. I know that it's hard to find those kinds of things, but that's what this is. So let me tell you who we're looking for ideally. Ideally, we're looking for parents who stay home with children. I know that that seems crazy, but when the kids go to sleep, during nap times, preschools, things like that, we've found that parents make amazing employees for us. Actually, probably the majority of the people who have worked for us have been stay-at-home moms who just want to earn, some solid part-time income without having to screw up their schedules. Also, students tend to be good because they have, hours off in between, because this isn't the kind of thing where you have to wake up and start at 9 o'clock and go all the way till 5 o'clock. We can work within your schedule. It is something where you have tasks that you have to complete throughout the week, but it's not the kind of thing where it's done. We can work within your schedule. You will see, though, that there's benefits to, having certain schedules, but you can obviously do whatever you need to within those as long as we accomplish tasks. People who travel often, they're really good too, because they can get a lot done while they're driving on the phone. Not that I'm recommending be on the phone while you're driving, but if they're doing hands-free, they can, or in hotels and in their RVs. We've had full-time RVers do this stuff, so things like that. And then also those who are really self-driven and they absolutely hate the 9-to-5 lifestyle. That would personally be the category that I fit into. I absolutely hate the 9-to-5 lifestyle. I just want to make sure. Can you guys still hear me? I'm going to really quickly check this out. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Can you hear me okay? Let me know in the chat box if you guys can hear me. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me right now. Okay, awesome. You can hear me. Okay. I have this little thing with this headset, and I accidentally clicked it. So I was like, I don't want to screw any of this stuff up. So anyways, that's who we're looking for. We're really kind of a modern, we don't care the age of the people we hire, but we're a really modern mindset of people to where we're all about positive mindsets, non-negative atmospheres. That's why I prefer working in environments like this or from home. That's why we're stopping the whole office thing. I feel like I hate being enclosed in by stuff. And so we're really looking to build a culture and a team and a community around that. We all have, all of us in the company now have kids. We all have families. We're all busy. And we all make it work together as a team. And so we're really looking to bring on people who want to be a part of that team. So I want to tell you what we do as a company, because a lot of people are like, okay, marketing agency, what does that mean? Because a lot of people think about like annoying yellow pages people that like walk into businesses and drive people nuts all day, blah, blah, blah. That's not what we do. So we run lead generation campaigns for companies. So I just want to kind of take you really quick through the history and the evolution of marketing agencies, so that way you kind of understand where we're at today and why what we are doing is the most like cutting edge, where people want to be. So if you think back to the paper days, people did like mailers, they did phone books and things like that. And the idea is if you did enough stuff and got your name out there enough, that people would eventually find out about you, word of mouth would come, and they would come to you. And it worked somewhat. But then the internet came out, and people started trying to sell these campaigns, like, we'll do 3 posts a day, send out an email blast, blah, blah, and that stuff was okay. It was important to be online. But the problem is all of that marketing is kind of like, how can I explain? It's all in theory. In theory, this is going to work. And I personally used to own a brick and mortar business, and when I was in the business, people would come in, they tell me, oh, you need to be on the back of this receipt as it prints from the grocery store. You're going to increase your sales by 10%. And I'd say, are you willing to put your money where your mouth is? Like, are you willing to show me through a trial or something like that? And they're like, no. And so it always kind of ticked us off. So what we do is very different. So I'm going to give you guys this example. Let's say that you are right now in the market to move. You are looking for a house, and you're Googling Trulia and Zillow, and you're looking at all these different websites. Well, whether you like it or not, your data and your behavior is being tracked. And Google knows it, Facebook knows it, And so what we do is we pop up in front of you at just the right times, And some people think it's creepy, but it's out there either way, with a form. So let's say you're looking for homes and you happen to be a veteran. Well, we're going to pop up with an ad about how you can qualify for a VA loan in 60 seconds or less. They fill out the information in this capture page down here, and then we send that to the business, and those business owners now have a really warm lead of someone in the market for a home. All they have to do is call them up, start a conversation, and they can start closing sales that way, and it works really good. In fact, the owner of the company this company right here that you're talking to, he actually won an award because he helped a loan officer in a really short period of time generate $5 million worth of loan sales just through his leads. And so that's a really great point of pride because there's the social proof behind that. Because people always say, well, does the marketing work? Yes, it does. We have proof. So that's what we do as a company, and people want it. They understand retargeting, where like you're online and ads are kind of following you around, like they see it, they just don't know how to do it. It's almost like the way people explain it to us, it's like the black magic of the internet. Like they want to do it, they just don't know even where to start. They're too busy, and quite honestly, they really shouldn't take the time to learn how to do it. They should just hire someone who can do it properly the first time. So that's what we do as a company in a really simple explanation. It's not just loan officers, also chiropractors. For instance, the average chiropractor, his patients are females between 30 and 45 years old who have back pain. We can run ads and run a voucher for a chiropractor, and we can get 10 to 20 patients in his office in a week just through our campaigns, which is absolutely unheard of. Like, people just don't understand how we're doing this through the marketing. And so it's a really easy thing for us to sell because we do offer free trials, and we do offer it in a way to where we can put our money where our mouth is. So it makes it really easy for you guys. So here's what we're looking for you guys to do. Help us attain clients. And you don't even have to sell. Let me explain what it is. So there's two ways that we attain clients. We run lead generation campaigns for ourselves, just the same way we do for clients, but we're also really proactive. And we found that cold calling and cold emailing is a quick way to attain clients. Now, cold calling residential people annoys the crap out of people. But cold calling businesses is a little different because it's public information. And if you do it the way we do it, people don't get pissed off at it. I know a lot of people think of cold calling and they think of like some guy really pounding something down someone's throat, or cold emailing is annoying and spamming, but it's not the way we do it. And I'm about to show you why, because we have a very passive style of doing it. We do not want to look like scammers. We do not want to annoy people because that is not healthy for our brand. We have a very refreshing, modern style the way that we do it. So I'm going to give you an example of when I cold call someone, how I would say it to them, so that way you can kind of see, is this something that you could say to somebody? And it's this easy, I promise you. People try to complicate it, it's not. So I'm going to pretend that I'm cold calling someone. I would say, hey, my name's Ross Christofoli. I have a question for you. Do you guys offer VA loans? And then you would have an officer, yeah, we do, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. I'm actually looking for a loan officer in Houston that can take on about 80 to 140 VA loan pre-qualification applications every month. And then they're usually like, oh, what do you mean? Where do these go? Okay, well, these are veterans who are actually looking to pre-qualify for a loan. So that way real estate agents are willing to work with them. Is that something you'd be interested in taking on? If you're a loan officer, you're like drooling at the mouth right now. We have these scripts designed to where we're appealing to what's called the reptilian brain of the human, which is the part that grabs their attention. It's the same reason people purchase the Enquirer and these dumb magazines as you're walking out of a checkout. And where they're like 80 to 140 pre-qualification applications. How is that even possible? In their mind, all they're thinking about is the revenue they could make. And when they say, well, could you give me more information? You can say, I'm actually just doing the call to see if you were interested. Would you have time this Wednesday at 3 o'clock to discuss taking on these referrals? I'll get you set up with one of our representatives. That's all you have to do. You give them times, you work out the schedule, you get it on the books. That's it. That is your job. You don't have to sell anything. All you're doing is calling these people using our scripts that we provide for you to drum up the interest. When they say, yes, they're interested, you put them on the books, cha-ching, you just got paid. That is how simple this is. So here's the stats, because you guys are probably thinking, okay, well, how does this work out? So for me, and I've been doing this for about a year and a half, I can land about 2 to 3 appointments per hour out of about 20 to 30 phone calls. It's really super easy, and you don't have to be pushy. See, I'm the kind of person where if someone's not interested, I just move on to the next person. If they're like, no, we're not interested, great, move on to the next one. I've actually found that by doing that, I get higher volume of people. I find people who are interested quicker, and then I'm not stressed. Sorry, I'm going to take a drink here. I'm not stressed out about anything. And so that's how we do it. We don't want you to be a pushy salesperson. We don't want you shoving things down the throat. We don't want you to try to come up with, comments and replies to all of their objections. Because that's not how we want to represent our brand. We will get a hold of that business another way. Cold calling is just a way to really quickly find the interested people, but we'll get in front of that business via ads and emails, ourselves. So this is what we're looking for you to do. So literally, you just set the appointment. We close the sale. But here's the cool part. You guys get paid based off of appointments. So even if you don't close the sale, you're still getting paid. As long as that appointment shows up and it's a good appointment and it's not like you're just – because we've had people who are like, hey, we're going to call you at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. And the people are like, oh, okay. And they didn't really know that it was an appointment. And then when we call, they're like, who are you? As long as it's not like that, as long as it's a legitimate, they knew that we were calling and they're ready for that appointment, you get paid for that. So let me talk about the compensation, how this works, how you get paid. So a decent appointment setter, or I'll say an okay, maybe somebody who's got some social issues or things like that, I'll show you an example in a minute, they can probably make about $10 per hour. That's based on, they're setting about 2 appointments over every 3-hour period. So we pay $15 for every appointment that's set. And so because of that, in about 3 hours, you'll probably only get about 2 appointments in. So that ends up being about $10 an hour. So you make $30 every 3 hours. Still okay, decent money, especially if you're just working from home part-time, you have no overhead. But a good appointment center and an okay appointment setter can become a good appointment setter. They can make about $15 per hour. That's landing about 1 appointment per hour. So that's going to be calling about 20, 25 people. You're going to get 1 appointment. You'll get about $15 for every hour. A great appointment setter can make about $30 per hour because they can land 2 to 3 appointments per hour. So, I mean, there is no cap. If you have like 5 to 10 amazing calls in a row, which I've done several times, you can have really, really, really good days. But you're going to be paid based off the appointments you set. We provide you with a territory of phone numbers and everybody that you would be calling. So it's not like you have to go Google these companies. We're giving you a list, and our prospecting lists are based off of people that are most likely to convert a cold call. So we're really, really trying to make this to where you succeed, because here's what we don't want. We don't want you to come in, feel struggled, feel frustrated, not be able to make a real full living off of this, and then, leave. We want it to be something where you stick. Obviously, the only way you're going to stick around is if you're making money. So we want to pay you. Like, we want to have that exchange of money because we close a lot of sales. So right now, we're closing about 5 to 6 sales out of every 10 appointments that we make. So we would love to be handing you $30 to $50, $100 per hour. Like, that would mean we are making money as well. So that's what our goal is. Now, you might say, well, I've never really done anything like this. Guys, we provide you with all of the training that you need for free. So there's not like, hey, you pay us, you get this training, then we pay you back for it. Like, we're just going to provide you with all the training that you would need for free. Now, I've been teaching people how to cold call for the last year. And I pulled up a few things here that I wanted to show you guys. Let me really quickly make sure I turned on my audio for the screen share. Let me stop the share, the share computer sound. Okay. I want to turn my audio on for this because I want you guys to be able to hear this. These were people who had cold called before and just did horrible. And I want to show you what they said after taking my training, learning how to use these scripts. Now, keep in mind, some of these guys were using it for their own businesses, but it's the same exact training that you'll get.
What's up, guys? I just want to say these scripts are like magic. I bought it this morning and I've made probably 10 calls and the difference is just crazy when you actually know what to say. I've probably got more interest in my agency today than I have in the past 3 months. So for the price, I'd say you're crazy if you don't want to give this a try.
Now, these guys were paying for this training because this is a training that is very coveted in the internet marketing world. And so these guys have been paying for it. You guys, because you're joining our company, you get it absolutely free. So I'm just showing you these so that way you can understand that this is not going to be that hard. Look at this kid. He's 17 years old. I want to show you what he said about these scripts.
Hey Ross, those scripts are super gold and thank you for them. Before I was using them, every company I walked into would shut me down because I'm only 17. But with those scripts, I was able to land a meeting next week. So thanks, dude. I owe it all to you.
So that dude, in one day, he was able to start landing appointments, 17 years old. Here's one that's pretty cool. This guy was Amish. He broke Amish, became a digital marketer. He's kind of got, because he had some sort of ailment when he was younger where he was like, he had like a, what is it called, in a coma, I believe, or something like that. I can't remember. But he has like a speech impediment, and he was still able to do it.
Hey Ross, I'm absolutely blown away with the results I'm getting with your scripts, because before I hardly ever made cold calls before, and then I started using your scripts that work, and I made 4 calls and got 2 appointments booked. Dude, you're awesome.
So I just want you to think about that. 4 calls, 2 appointments. That would be $30 that he made just over the course of like 10 minutes. So if you take this serious and you treat it like a real job, you can absolutely make a good chunk of change doing this job. So guys, this is how you get started. Danny is going to drop a link here into the chat box, and there's an application there. And then in about within 12 hours, you're going to receive a message, and that message will be letting you know whether or not you join or not. Now, I want to add really quick, if you guys have any questions, please put it in the Q&A box here or ask in the chat box. I'd love to know what the questions that you might have are. But he's dropping the link now so that way you guys can see this. Let's see here. Okay. Let me know in the chat box or in the Q&A box here if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, Danny right now is dropping in a Q&A. Let's see here, an application. There you go. Let me know if you guys can see that link for the application. If you guys can, it looks like nobody has any questions. Let's see if you can send the link. Let us know. See the link. Can you guys see that link? It's absolutely amazing for stay-at-home moms. Okay, they don't see the link. Let me copy this for you. I'll type it as well. This is a great opportunity for stay-at-home moms, and I wouldn't be trying to talk moms into doing this if I didn't think they could actually make good money with it. Because I know how much your time is important. It's like your kids finally go to sleep or whatever, and like you got this precious amount of time. So we want it to be something where it's just this great culture. Now, we are hiring technically starting out with 3 people, but if you know more people, we're going to be doing this every week, taking on another 3 people, training them up, getting them results, and continuing to get more and more salespeople. And there's actually room for growth in this, because what happens is if you become where we're seeing like you're landing a lot of appointments and you're good on the phone, what can happen is there's a room for growth where you can become what's considered a team leader. And what that means is you no longer have to do all the calls. What you do is you do a video where you hire cold callers, and you're then trained to actually sell the service. And you get paid on a retainer basis every month. So like if we land a client at $2,000 a month, you might make $200 a month every month that client is with us. That is not a pyramid level because we don't keep doing that. It stops there. Like there's a team can only have a team leader and 3 cold callers. So it's not like then they get their cold callers and their cold callers. Like that's the team. Just a team leader in the code. So there's room and growth for opportunities here for you to grow. But first, we just want to get to know you. We want to see how you work with people. We want to see if you are, a hard worker, if you have good ethics, if you're punctual. So I appreciate everyone being on here today. I want to make sure everybody can get that link. If you did not get the link, then what you need to do is send an email. Can you type in your email here so that way, let's see here, there's a question in the Q&A. I missed where the link is. Yeah, one person missed the link here, Danny. I have an idea for you guys. If everyone has a pen available, I'm going to just write this link out on the page here. If you guys write that down, let me know once you've written it down, and then you can go to it. Another thing you can do is you can just email Danny for the link, which I'll print as well. So let me know, go ahead and let me know that you guys got this written down so that way we can make sure that that you guys all have it. Okay, you guys all got it. Awesome. Cool, guys. Well, we look forward to working with you guys. You're going to be hearing more of my voice if you guys get accepted because I actually do the training. I'm the one who teaches the training for how to land the appointments, how to get these appointments so that way you have the highest chance for success in making a good chunk of change with this. Ideally, we would love for you guys to be able to land enough appointments to where you're making, you know, a couple $100 a day. That would be ideal. And it's definitely not like outlandish to think that you could do that. I mean, if you just do the math, I mean, if I'm landing about 2 to 3 appointments for every hour, if you were to just to say, let's say you wanted to land, make $130 a day or something like that, that means you would need to get about 9 appointments. So, you know, you could make a few cold calls for 3 to 4 hours. Another thing that I used to do that got me really good in the habit of this is because we send you like a little Excel sheet of the territory for the people we need you to call that week. And what you'll end up doing is if you were to download like Google Sheets, the application, you can have it on your phone and have them all queued up in the phone ready to call. And then as you get, let's say for instance, you're driving somewhere going to get gas or whatever, you can hit it and just have like a little headset on, be making calls and talking to people. Let's see here. How do we get paid? We pay out via PayPal or a check, whatever one you want. Whichever one works best for you. It just has to be traceable by the government because we have to be able to write it off on our taxes. So either PayPal or a check. I've had a few people where we've done Venmo or Venmo it's called. I prefer not to use them. We can do bank wires, whatever you need, but we prefer PayPal just because it's so easy. Okie dokes, guys. Well, thanks you so much for your time. Looks like there's not many more questions that need to be asked or answered here. So I appreciate it. You guys have an absolutely split. Let's see. So we can file taxes with this job. Yes, you would get a 1099 every year. So you will be responsible for, you know, what's cool about that is then you can do write-offs. So you can write off your cell phone. You can write, because you're technically a small business owner, so you can write off your cell phone bill. You can write off your internet. You can write off computer software that you might have. If you're going on a trip, like a vacation, this is funny, but you're going on a vacation and you, and let's say you make a few calls while you're there, you can write off the vacation. I wrote off 5 trips to Miami this year. And so you can write off so many things on your taxes. Even if you just did it for that sole benefit, you can actually get a lot back on the taxes at the end of the year with your families. So a lot of cool benefits to doing something like this. Right on, guys. Well, keep on keeping on, and we look forward to receiving your applications. Thank you so much.